if you have an older core and you're not going to win a championship with that older core, tanking is better than trying to stay respectable. What's happening, peeps? We're back with another Player Faces, Tattoos, and Shoes, and it is time for my Chicago Bulls. As you can see, Jimmy Butler is the highest rated player on the team, up to a 90 in the most recent update. Let's look at Jimmy. Jimmy Butler's render is really good. Really, really good. I don't know, they probably could fade it the hair a little bit more. On the sides, it's like a do-rag fade. You know what a do-rag fade is I made it up, so you can't Google it up. But basically, it looked like somebody put a do-rag on your head and just cut all the hair off that's still showing. So you know, and so that ain't ideal. You go to a barber and you get the do-rag fade, you supposed to be mad because it ain't supposed to look like that. It's supposed to, like, you know, the hair's supposed to fade in. That's the whole point of it being called a fade, you know. But don't work out like that sometimes. We see the little Stan socks and he got the mics on. What do y'all think about the Jordans? I don't think I like them. He's the first Jordans to actually have a swoosh on them since the first ones, since the ones. So I think that's got to mean something. But you know, it is what it is. D Wade, I'm gonna tell you right now, guys. I was very critical of the Bulls signing Dwayne Wade, and it wasn't for the reasons that a lot of people might think. This is a great Dwayne Wade. They've been making a great Dwayne Wade for some time now. But the reason why I was critical was because I knew Dwayne Wade was going to make the Bulls a better team. And you might be like, well, okay, so I'm still waiting on here. What the problem is with that, I like them white way of Wade threes. The problem with that is I knew, and I still don't believe, that they're good enough to beat Cleveland in a playoff series. So essentially, the Bulls are in a situation where they need to rebuild, but they got a player on the team who's going to guarantee respectability because of his leadership. And so now you're just really prolonging the rebuild. So I don't know. You're not going to get a good draft pick, but you're not going to win a championship. So you're kind of stuck in purgatory. And I always have an issue with that. Anyway, Robin Lopez has been really good for the Bulls this year. And despite the fact that he looked like a disgruntled painter here, he's been great for the Bulls. I don't think he's getting enough credit for how well he is playing for the Bulls. He has given them an inside presence as a shot blocker. Get a couple little buckets here and there. His little 15-foot jump shot is very underrated. He knocks that down with good regularity. And if he wearing the Damian Lillard, I'm gonna tell you something like that. A lot of people, I love Joakim Noah. Joakim Noah was one of my favorite Chicago Bulls of all time. But you are out your mind if you think that Robin Lopez is not better than what Joakim Noah was last year. I'm not talking about Noah in his prime before his feet and his back messed up. I'm talking about what he was last year. Robin Lopez is better than what Noah was last year. Rajon Rondo, one of my least favorite players in the NBA, period. He's a Bull, so I got to root for him for right now, but I have never been a Rondo fan. Like a little bad little boy to me. Just what he is. Just like I bring your bail and run, or I slap on your kids and say I didn't do it. Or maybe he would say he did it. He probably would, but you know, it's just what he just you know. I always say, I'm gonna tell you something. If everywhere you go, people, different sets of people, say the same thing about you, everybody ain't lying. So if everywhere you go, people say you talk too much, or if everywhere you go, people say you play too much, or if everywhere that you go, people say you have a problem with authority, everybody ain't lying on you. So at that point, you got to start to look at yourself. Everywhere Rajon Rondo go, there's a problem. Now, it hasn't happened yet with the Bulls, and I think the biggest reason for that is Dwayne Wade, his presence as a leader. But everywhere you go, people say the same thing. Come on, man. Taj Gibson. I don't know. Something about this Taj Gibson I think his neck is consistently too thick. But Taj is playing really well this year. I still think the Bulls should have traded him. He's going into a free agent. But that's just part of my whole thing, feeling like the Bulls need to be in rebuild mode, and they're maintaining guys who are going to make sure that they are better than let me just put it like this. I'm a tanker. I totally feel like if you have an older core and you're not going to win a championship with that older core, tanking is better than trying to stay respectable. Because superstars are the deal in the NBA. You need to get superstars. The Bulls have never been able to sign big-time superstars in free agents. Now, maybe the Dwayne Wade thing changes that. But for the most part, the Bulls have struck out in free agency. So, to me, every time they've ever done anything, it's really been based off of draft picks. Just think about it. They drafted Michael Jordan. They traded for Scottie Pippen on draft day, so it's like it was a draft. Horace Grant was a draft pick. I mean, they've added supplemental pieces through trades, Bill Cartwright trade. They did sign Dennis Rodman, which was a huge gamble because basically hardly nobody wanted him at the time because he was acting a complete fool everywhere he was. You know, that kind of stuff. But for the most part, Derrick Rose. Look, Derrick Rose was a draft pick. Jimmy Butler was a draft pick. I mean, this is just Kirk Heinrich was a draft pick. Ben Gordon was a draft pick. Every time they've been to any level of respectability, it's always come through a draft pick. So I just think that's the way you got to go, and you're not going to get that game changer picking from 15 to 25, which is what you're going to be picking when you at Dwayne Wade, Jimmy Butler, and Taj Gibson, but you're not going to be good enough to win a championship either. So what's the point? Niko Mirotic, they need to redo his beard because he still looked like a biblical character. He still looked last way but look at the line on the back of his neck. Boy, you better go back in there to that barber. And even though I know, it's different when white folk go to the barbershop and black people because our hair textures are different. Did he just do it? His blinking is like disorder, like he some kind of nervous something. What is wrong with this boy's face? Look at him. That's freaking me out. He's like an owl. Woo, Niko. You know what? Niko's confidence is not really very high right now. It really isn't. My man is just, and you can't blame it on Tibbs no more, because that's what we were doing before. We was blaming it on Tibbs. We was like, yeah, Tibbs kept taking him in and out, and now it's messing with him, and so on and so forth. Now, and also he way too this body. I don't like that skinny body frame. They need, like I said, they need another one in there plugged in, because I don't know. But yeah, we were blaming on Tibbs for his erratic shooting, and now he's super erratic, and we don't know what's going on. Ducky McBuckets, this is a great render. And McDermott is hopefully coming back from his concussion soon. I think they gave him a new hairstyle too. He got the, little flop out there. But yeah, he's trying to come back. He had 2 concussions in a week. That is kind of crazy for basketball, ain't it? I mean, that is really different. But I still like McDermott. I mean, I would move him in the right deal. But I still like McDermott. I still think he can be a good player for the Bulls. We'll see what happens once he comes back from the concussion protocol. Bobby P. Oh, he still look like a crazed maniac. This is a slightly new render though. They gave him the headband, but he still got that buck-eyed crazy look. Bobby P. My name Bobby P. and I'm crazy. I eat off the floor. It don't even matter. You could drop a sandwich, ice cream. I'm eating it off the ground. But yeah. Bobby's regressed, though, in my opinion. I think he has regressed. I think he's regressed. He got the Kyrie zone. I think he's regressed because, young players, especially young players like him, they need to play. They need to play. The Bulls don't hardly have no tattoos on the team. They want them very few tattoos. I wouldn't even be surprised if Bulls management got a tattoo limit that they don't even share with people. Like, we don't let, you got over a certain amount, you can't even play on our team type of thing. I don't know. Michael Carter Williams still look like a Dr. Seuss character on here. I don't know which one it is, but he will not eat green eggs, and ham. I am. Michael Carter Williams, I am. I don't know, but his haircut looks, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with that. It looks a little weird. He's another one of them dudes with this weird body type that just don't even match. Because if you go down to like the waist and it ain't compatible. The waist, the hips, the legs are not even on the same body structure with the shoulders, and certainly not the calves. Look how big his calves are. He got a tattoo on his leg. He gonna get cut for that. Got the Kyrie's on too, but you know, it don't fit. So I hope they change that a little bit. They didn't change it from last year, so maybe not. Isaiah Canaan. I'm trying to tell you, my man. Oh, he got tats, so he made it. I'm telling you, he do look like he in the Shakedown family. He could be. I'm telling you, he could be right there in Shakedown family for real. This is a real good render though. He wearing them Kobe's. I'm about to go grab. I've been putting off grabbing them Kobe's, but I think I told my wife, give me them Kobe's for Christmas. Give me Kobe's for Christmas. I don't know why I've been putting it off, but I have. He got a big, a Bible or a notepad or something on his leg. Yeah, you know how it is. I don't know what that is. You used to be able to zoom in here on the tattoos, which is why I don't focus on the tattoos and stuff that much no more, because you used to be able to zoom in on it real good. You can't do it that much no more. But Isaiah Canaan, he got the fresh waves too, baby. Jerry and Grant, the guy who I think should be getting much more playing time. They need to upgrade his hairstyle though. I don't know what this is on the back of his head. I don't know what that. You ever seen them people who going bald and they start using that spray? That's somebody like he sprayed in a mohawk, and that ain't good. That ain't good. The facial render is real good, but yeah, I would love to see him getting more opportunity to play. When he did play, when Rondo was out, he played really, really well, and I think if you trying to decide what's the deal with this guy. I mean, you got him in the Derrick Rose trade. So if you're trying to decide, okay, we may or may not think this guy could be our point guard of the future, he got to play, don't he? I mean, see, this is the whole reason why I don't like getting these veterans like Rondo and Wade who command a certain amount of playing time, but they don't necessarily fit the situation the team is in. The Bulls are not a championship team right now. We're not. Just be honest, we're not. The Bulls are not going to beat Cleveland in the series. They're not. I would love to be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. Felicio! Oh, damn, oh boy. Hey, see? I don't know. I don't know what this is. This is Bizarro Felicio. This is overcooked Bunsen oven face. Who in the what? What? This is like Cristiano Felicio in a claymation filter or something. I don't know what this is here, but he don't like it and I don't like it. Felicio's a good physical player, you know, on the inside. He's much more athletic than he might look, you know, and he plays strong. And I think he's a pretty decent shot blocker too, especially for somebody, a big man with kind of short arms. But I like him. We'll see what happens with him. He don't get a lot of clock anymore. Denzel Valentine, I love this guy's instincts for the game. He has to get out. He's got to get on the floor though. He's got to get on the floor. That is a big, crucial tattoo on his head. I don't know what that is. It's a lot though. He put a whole bunch. But I think I really like his game. I wish he was more athletic. He's not an explosive guy. But I think his biggest thing is going to have to be, he's a good three-point shooter already, but he needs to be like absolutely click on crazy from three-point range. He's got to be that way. That's going to be his biggest way to get on the floor and to play as good a defense as possible. If he can do that for himself, then he can be out there. I think he could be a backup point guard, a secondary ball handler. But the three-point shot and the defense, on-ball defense, is going to be his key to get on the floor. It's a good render. R.J. Hunter, which I thought this was a very smart pickup. You don't hardly have to worry about losing nothing. This guy, I think he can shoot. I really do. And the Bulls definitely need to shoot him. He's a young player still. I thought it was a good pickup. They got him, but the boy ain't seen the flow. No, he played him. Me and him played about the same amount. It ain't helping. It ain't really helping right now. It's not helping. He's got on these hyper revs. And then his eyes are a little on Buck too. His eyes, he just got surprised, and he wasn't expecting his mama to come over. She came in his room dirty or something. I don't know. Paul Zipser. This is a terrible render. This ain't him. I don't know who this is. I have no. This is some old NBA Live type stuff right here. They just made a dude. First of all, they made a dude. They made him cockeyed, which I'm quite sure Paul Zipser don't appreciate you making him cockeyed. But yeah, this dude's right eye is very rebellious. It doesn't want to have anything to do with his other eye. He's totally, his right eye is estranged from his left eye. It's just, he ain't on it. I like Zipser though. Stretch 4. I love to see him get a little bit of time to play. But it's like I keep saying, you can't let him play when you got all these veterans taking time and you don't realize where you are. But that's it. I'm not going to talk no more about the Bulls, y'all. See, I got a lot to say. I appreciate you watching. God bless. Peace.